Hey guys, welcome to this TMO video where I'll be showing you the No Haaland draft. This draft is looking pretty good, and if I didn't want Haaland in my squad, I'd definitely be taking this team. The No Haaland draft practically frees up all this money so you can invest in other positions, and in this draft I am investing primarily in my defense and midfield positions. Obviously, I'm going to get another solid striker to take Haaland's position because I'll be doing the 3-5-2 formation. So I will need two solid strikers, but it just makes my decisions a lot more easier practically. So I did a draft the other day, my second last draft before the FPL season kicks off, and I picked two goalkeepers, and these goalkeepers will be the same. So practically, I'm picking Onana because he's come from Inter. He's looking really good. Manchester United has a defense that's good enough to get clean sheets, but he will still not be missing out on some of those save points. My next keeper is a budget keeper, Areola. He's probably the most popular 4-point keeper at the moment. He's looking really good because not many 4-point keepers at the moment look like they will be having game time. And for West Ham, he looks like he will. In my defense, I have my three solid defenders, but then I have invested in my bench defender, and I'll be rotating them around because at the start of the season, some of these players have really tough matchups. I'll start with John Stones. Now, he is not in my squad at the moment, but with this squad here, the No Haaland draft, he just fits in perfectly. So my only concern with him is he's in Man City, and Man City players get rotated around. But he looks like he'll be getting a solid 25 games minimum this season. My next defender is one I'm actually really excited about, and that is Chilwell. This is kind of like a hit and miss at the moment with Ben Chilwell, but with the preseason games, we got to see a lot of how he's playing, and Chelsea do look like they have a left side dominance. With him playing, he can get a bunch of attacking returns. At the moment, I do have the tiniest bit of concern with Cucurella, but I think that Cucurella, if he is going to play, he will be playing on the right side. I know that left back is his primary position, but right side, he played that a bit in the summer series instead of Reece James. And Reece James, with his injury concern, he'll probably be out a lot of the season anyway. So I'm not too worried at the moment. My next back is Gabriel. Now, Gabriel is really good. He's the best Arsenal defender. So between White, Saliba, Gabriel, he has the most attacking returns, and he's the most solid, and he's the most nailed on. So he'll be playing. He's got a guaranteed centre back position when some players like White and Ben White and Saliba don't have that guaranteed position. Now, this is my last good defender. Chilwell will be on my bench for the first match week just because he has that really tough game against Liverpool. But this man will be starting, and he is over 50% owned, and that is Estupinian. Estupinian's looking really good. He just had a game where he got an attacking return, a preseason game which he got an assist, which is like solidifying his position in these squads even more. Now, budget player for here. With this Haaland draft, you do need one or two budget players still, and that is Bulldog. Bulldog, I have my reasons for picking him, and my reason this time is because he is the starting centre-back for Sheffield. Except Sheffield have such a bad defense that it's almost not worth getting him anyway. But he's the only starting who has a 4 million defender who has a starting role. So that's why I picked him. Now, getting into my midfield, I do have Mo Salah in this. He's looking really good. It's just I haven't included him in my real draft because he's just too expensive, and having him and Haaland is a little, like having two premiums can get a bit crazy sometimes. So, and he's not looking as good as he has in previous years. That's why I've not have him in my real draft. But here, he fits in perfectly. And as I am investing in my midfield, it was kind of a no-brainer. This next one is Bukayo Saka. Can't go wrong with Saka. I love watching Saka, and he's young. He has the penalty responsibility for this Arsenal squad, and he's looking really good coming into this FPL season. He had 202 points last year, and he's still only young, as I said, so he's going to have another big leap. Plus, with the addition of some midfielders like Jorginho and Havertz, he has more opportunities with like through balls and stuff like that to score more. Also, he has opportunities to get assists because better attackers. My next midfielder is Rashford, Marcus Rashford. I just really like the way Rashford's looking at the moment. 9 million, it's not too crazy. He's just looking really good for this Man United squad. Also, with Rasmus Hojlund coming in, it may deter his points a tiny bit, but I'm not too worried at the moment because Rasmus Hojlund may not be getting the start every game. But Rashford does play the full 90 minutes in the games, which is really good. My next midfielder is Bruno Fernandes. Fitting him in was a must. At the moment, he did have a bad season, so only about 26% of managers did pick, 23%. Oh, sorry, not Salah. Bruno Fernandes, only 26% have picked him up in their squad because he's not looking the best as he has ever looked. But I'm hoping he can bounce back, as Man United did have a bad season as well, so it wasn't purely his fault. And my final midfielder, and this one isn't as risky as someone like Martinelli, but he still has that risk factor to him, and that is Trossard. Trossard, with Gabriel Jesus out, I'm wondering if Trossard may get that striker position, starting striker position. If he does, that's happy days, because I'm really liking the way Trossard's looking. Now, we're getting into my forwards, which is where Erling Haaland would be if he was in my squad, but he's not. There's these two players who I can't decide. I haven't been able to decide in my draft, and I've been swapping them around, and that is, one is Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson, this way, without having Haaland, I can fit them both in. So that's really good. But Callum Wilson's looking really good, and the next one is Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins also looking very good, and I just can't decide. I think at the moment I'm sitting on Ollie Watkins, but that may change, because this morning I was sitting on Callum Wilson. So it's not stable at the moment, but that's looking really good. And my final striker is a budget striker who has potential to be a starter in his West Ham side, and that is Mubama. Mubama is actually looking pretty good at the moment. 4.5, he's one of the cheapest attackers you can get. And this is the No Haaland squad. Let's see what rating it's getting at the moment. Alright, we'll put Trossard on. We'll switch him out for Baldock. We'll get John Stones on for Ben Chilwell. We'll get Callum Wilson on for Mubama. Now, this 88% team rating is pretty good without Erling Haaland, and the game week rating is 87. That is very good. And if you want to just swap Chilwell and one of these defenders, if you switch him for John Stones, the game week rating does go down as he does have a harder fixture. But swapping John Stones out for someone like Estupinian when the fixtures get hard, that could work. If you're not going for Haaland, this is definitely the best draft you can do. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and press the notification button so you don't miss any new content, and I'm out.